Hello everyone, this is RC0538, and what is this wonderful guide? Well, it's going to be a BLUEFOR mid to heavy tier main battle tank guide, that's what. So, let's dive right in. We're going to go over the major BLUEFOR lines here. First one, we'll just go from top to bottom, I guess, is the Challenger. Now, the Challenger is really good, because of its heavy armor. Challengers are the tanks. They're the tanky tanks. Now, that may seem really odd, but they're the heaviest armored with also very good guns. For example, the Challenger 2, just take a look. You got a lot of good armor, and you got a pretty decent gun. So use these. They're slower, 50 to 55 kph, which isn't great for a main battle tank, especially one of the 80s and 90s. However, it's a good tank, especially for holding down a point. So, I mean, they're not the most aggressive units, but they're still good. Next, we have the K1. I'm going to cover the K1 and the K1's kind of like an in-between unit between the M1IP and the M1A1. I think it's a great tank. You get the autonomy that the Abrams lacks, and it's also faster and it has a better gun, except not the M1A1, of course. And then you have the K1A1, which is kind of the in-between, here, between the M1HA and the M1HC. Personally, I like the K1A1 a lot. I think it's better than, the M1A1HA or HC. That's my opinion. Yeah, I really like the K1A1, though. K1s are just really reliable, good, potent main battle tanks. I wish you could take more K1A1s, though. That's kind of a disappointment, but they are from 1996, so I can see why they didn't want to give you the ability to take 2 cards of them. The Q Marushiki is kind of like what would happen if you crossed a Leopard with a Leclerc and gave it really bad autonomy. Now, does that make it bad? No. It's in stellar main battle tank. You get 12 rounds a minute rate of fire, and it makes up for maybe not the necessary shortcomings of the Leclerc, because it has 21 frontal armor now. It used to only have 20 frontal armor. But yeah, you have the Q Marushiki. Starting to wonder now why they can justify the Leclerc. Probably that armor penetration, but still, That's interesting that they changed it. I think that makes the Leclerc significantly better than the Q Marushiki. The Q Marushiki, yeah. So, I don't know how I feel about that change, but the Q Marushiki is very good. It's a solid main battle tank. Use it. You can take 6 of them, which is excellent. Use these as a super heavy main battle tank in a Blue Dragon deck. They will serve you well, I assure it. Now, once again, the best way to use these is going to be probably in an aggressive role or in a retreat role, like if you were to do a reverse, if you were just to continue reversing. Because you do have 23 armor penetration, while you don't have the best frontal armor, you can put up a consistently good rate of fire against an enemy, which makes this a force to be reckoned with for even T90s and the like. Leclerc, same sort of deal. They also make excellent vehicle killers and, good medium tank killers. That's where I think the value is. However, the issue is that some of those medium tanks, especially on the Soviet side, are going to have ATGMs, and they can probably penetrate your armor. Now, not all of those are semi-active, but it's still an issue nonetheless. Leopard line. Leopards are a stellar tank line. They're solid. They will serve you well, I assure you. Once again, they're very dependable tanks. I like them a lot. Leopard 2A1 is going to be kind of more of your standard main battle tank. I usually will take maybe a Leopard 2. My German tank setup is usually taking a, I usually don't take the 2A1, I skip over that, but some people really prefer it to taking just the normal Leopard 2. I'll usually take a Kyler, the Leopard 2, the 2A4, and the 2A5. Good tank though, it's solid, it's dependable, just like all the ones in the Leopard line. They're versatile as well, which is what makes them very good. They're good in the attack, they have good autonomy, and they also have good guns. Pretty decent guns. The 2A5 is your super heavy. They're both of these are the exact same except for the weapon that they have up here. Very good tanks though. I would highly recommend trying them out if you haven't already. But yeah, you're just looking at having a very solid and dependable tank line that's going to be able to deal with a variety of situations, no matter the cost. Now, the Abrams is a great tank series. A lot of people give it flack. They're like, oh, the Leopard 1's better. You know, the Leopard 2 series is better, and that's usually the response you'll get. However, I personally don't think so. At least I don't think that they're giving the Abrams line enough credit, because I think that most people use the Abrams line wrong. They use the Abrams like you should a Leopard. You know, they have the Leopard, you know, kind of be an all-round. Abrams can do all-round, kind of. But their best place is to be on the attack. The best situation is to go all Desert Storm on them. I mean, seriously, that's the best way you're going to beat the enemy. You have the HA, you have the M1A1, M1A1HA, you have the M1A1HC, then you have the M1A2. This is the most modern, and it has the best gun in the game. This will go through any tank in the game. M1A2 is for sure a force to be reckoned with. However, keep in mind, like any tank, a side shot is going to kill it pretty easily. Then we have the Swedes down here. We have Sweden. You have the SCRV 103 series, and the SCRV 103 series is the best defensive tank in the game, in my opinion. You're looking at this having 17 armor penetration as well as a 15 rounds a minute rate of fire, which means that you're going to be able to kill and engage whatever, you know, Soviet spam that they bring it your way. So if they try to bring in, you know, 2 T-72s, just normal T-72s, you will wipe the floor with them. If they try to bring in a couple T-72As, you probably will still beat them, because that high rate of fire will give you the advantage. You'll be able to put out almost as much firepower as 2 enemy main battle tanks, just depending on them. Now, if you see a heavy tank run, just reverse it, and you'll likely survive. But they don't have the best armor for a 90-point tank. Comparing, you know, this, you know, you're looking at 16 armor on a 2A1, and, you know, 17 armor on a K1. Same with a Leopard M1 IP Abrams. And then finally we have the SCRV 121. You can take 2 cards of these. They're the cross between a Leopard 2A5 and the Leo 2A4 and L. That's kind of how I think of them. Good accuracy, very high armor penetration. You're looking at good frontal armor and high speed. Use these like you would a Leopard and you'll be just fine. Only you get more of them, and, you know, just, they're kind of the cross between these, like I said. Anyways, that's it for this heavy tank guide. I'm going to be doing another one on the other, you know, BLUEFOR tank lines, the cheaper lines, or the cheaper units. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. This is RC0538, signing out.